All right, so as you can see, we've got a pile of saplings here at Sailor's Pond. I'm Julie Sullivan, the city's environmental scientist, and I have my friend Chris Hayward, the tree warden, with me today. We're working together on beautifying this pond and kind of removing a bit of this nuisance vegetation, so it's a little bit more beautiful to look at. As you can see, this tree right here has some orange flagging on it, and if you've been by the pond in the past few weeks or so, you might have noticed that a bunch of trees have had orange flagging on them. So that means that they're coming down. And Chris is going to show us how he's taking these puppies down.
Just using a pair of loppers here. Just kind of cutting them up in pieces so I can get them in my truck. Leave a little pile on the side here so I can come back and clean them up. And then when it gets a little bit thicker, down the bottom I just have a blade that a little pruning saw. We get down to the thicker.
Just like that, this tree's coming down.
Just gonna get my loppers again.
Now, if you're at the pond, you might be wondering what this stuff is. This is cattails. So these are native plants, and they are good for the pond. We want these at the pond. Studies have shown that places and wetlands that have this type of plant in it have higher plant diversity than places that are dominated by something like Phragmites or purple loosestrife. And we can show you examples of those later. So of course, trees are very important for the environment. They do a lot of valuable things, but sometimes they can actually cause problems in this type of setting. So when the leaves fall off of trees and they fall into the pond, that's called nutrient loading, because all of the phosphorus from the leaves will eventually get caught in the water column and contribute to algae blooms and other nuisance plant life. So what we're doing today at the pond is also helping the water quality, because we're removing that possibility of leaf drop into the pond and reducing the possibility of more algae emerging in the spring.
Hey Julie, is that trash in the pond? Or is somebody mooring a boat here?
Well, you know, it's actually a really important landmark, because then next year we'll know where to put the aerators. And that's one of the places where we hook them up.
And what are the aerators for?
The aerators are to create more oxygen in the pond so that all of the wildlife that lives in the pond has a little bit more air to breathe. I'm glad that you tuned in to our show today, and follow the Quincy Department of Natural Resources for more exciting projects like this throughout the city.
Although there's only a couple of us, we are doing a lot for this beautiful city.
Absolutely.